everybody. Hello, hello. Tret, thank you so much for playing some great opening music to bring us in the room today. Always a really great thing. And hello to all the folks who are joining us today. Happy Sunday, everybody. We are at almost July and singing the last few days of June out of the room. Super excited to have Tret Fure in the room today. She's been busy being on tour and we haven't seen her in a little while. So we're glad she's here today. And I'm going to say hi to everybody who is in this room and out there on the live stream. Hi, gang. We're all glad you joined us today. You have reached the daily antidote of song. We are one song every day at noon Eastern, free, open to the public, and a great way to come and spend sort of a half an hour-ish in the middle of your day or the beginning of your day or the end of your day to kind of pick your spirits up and also have a place where you can kind of just think out loud with us about what's going on in the world. I'm Jo Rossi. I'm the director of the Daily Antidote of Song. We are proud to be here on day, what I think is 1911. I hope I'm getting that right. And thank you for the thumbs up, Susan. And I want to say hi, of course, to everybody on the YouTube stream. Thanks for being here, YouTube. As everybody knows, our Facebook page was suspended. We are still working on that, hoping that we can rectify whatever is happening there. It is definitely taking a toll on our attendance and our ability to reach people. And I want to say hello, of course, to everybody in this room, starting with Tret Fure, coming in from Newport News, Virginia. Glad to see you, Tret, and we'll be back with you in just a second. Let's say hello to the rest of the gang. Candace, coming in from LA. Thank you so much for joining us today on Tech. Your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. Bonnie, coming in from Boise, Idaho. Diana in Victoria, British Columbia, maybe new to us today, I'm not sure. Nice to see you. Nan in Michigan, Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio, Linda on Orcas Island, Sheila in Florida, Bob in Albany, Hoda in British Columbia, Kathy in California, Marion in Brighton, UK, Baba Jim coming in from Maryland, one of our regular song leaders in here, Deli in Maryland, Carolyn and Bob and Mabel. The world on Carolyn's screen just keeps getting crazier. So that's Carolyn from Boise, Idaho, over with Bob and Mabel from Cambridge, Mass, which makes my heart sing. Anne in Maryland, Kathy in Colorado, more Carolyn and Bob and Mabel from another angle. Aloysius in Massachusetts, clearly coming in from Pinewoods, very envious. Linda in California, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Gary and Christy in Massachusetts, Elizabeth in California, Olga, I think that's Massachusetts, sorry that I'm forgetting, Kim Wallach coming in from New Hampshire, also one of our song leaders in here, Annette in California, Caroline in DC, I've lost my way, where was I? Olga, Margaret, thanks for being here today, not sure where you are from. Jim Lucas coming in from Sweden, Kay in Texas, Carol in Connecticut, Martha in Oregon, Nancy in Washington State, and Kat in Vermont. Let's all take a deep Sunday breath. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. I personally feel like Tret, you've just brought the exact right song for the moment or the week or the month or the year or the lifetime. So you're up. Thank you so much for being with us. Let us know what you've got, and we're excited to learn it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. This is a revision of a song that I think we did last December or last fall, because I had written this song about the hope that we were all feeling in the election, thinking that Kamala would take the race. Unfortunately, we were disappointed, and I had to think about rewriting the song. So instead of being a song of it's still a song of celebration, but instead of it's more of a protest song now. So instead of we've got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our burdens down, it's we've got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. And we have been doing remarkable work out on the streets, and I thank you all for doing that. So I'm going to teach you the chorus, and then we'll try it together. And then we'll do the song. And it starts with the chorus as well. Now you can do this is call and response. I've been doing this as call and response. So you can either do call and response or just sing with me. The call and response would be, we got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts, as we lay our bodies down. So you choose what you want to do. Here we go. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Let's put our heads together, march out into the streets, pick up all the pieces, dust off all our broken dreams. Just when we thought the chances of change were here, the clouds rolled in, now we're fighting to overcome fear. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. We can't lose the courage to turn these tables around. Hold on to that blue wave, we'll crash those wicked walls down. Let's all come together and fight for our liberty, and keep those demons away from our democracy. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Vision is a clear one, the promise of peace and light. Though we're surrounded by the chaos, we gotta keep the dream inside. This fight isn't over, there's so much that we can still do. Step by step, arm in arm, we'll get through. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's an amazing remake of your song, and I love the way that it is. You said it's turned into more of a protest and less joy, except the joy is still built into it for me.
Oh yeah, no, I just meant it was a protest. Yeah, I mean instead of a yeah.
Right, we're not
But
celebrating.
Still, I mean, because the main thing is there's hope. We have to hang on to hope. That's
Yep.
the only thing that's going to get us through.
Yep.
So it is a hopeful and a protest song. That's what I call it.
I love it. Yeah, it's celebrating the fact that we still hold on to hope, I feel like, right?
Yes,
No matter what it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's
Yes.
still for me as a celebration. We're all here, we are laying our bodies down, and we are doing the things that we need to do. So Tret, do you want to tell a little bit more about the rewrite, and or do you want to tell a little bit more about what you're doing to remain hopeful in these times?
Well, I can do both. I mean, originally this song came out of one of my two of my songwriting workshops last summer, one in Whidbey Island and one in Nova Scotia, where as a group we wrote this song and everybody contributed lines to it. And I took the two versions and I combined them into one with other words of my own, and I performed it all last fall, right up to election, and then I had to stop performing it. And I just thought this song was too important. There's too much. We need hope so much that it needed to be revised and it needed to be kept alive. So that's why I went in and just finessed some of the words to make it more appropriate for the times in which we are living. Because if we don't have hope, we are done. And that's the only thing that's going to carry us through to get through these incredibly difficult and dangerous times. Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like you're really good at like those single punchy lines that are in this song as well as in so many of your other songs. And we've had you in here. I don't even know how many times, maybe a dozen times at this point. And I think you're wearing a shirt that spotlights some of your song lines. And I would love it if you would show it to everybody.
Well, this is a shirt that was made for a song of mine called it's an older song. I can't think of the title right now. But the words that from the song are on the back, and it says, if I can't stand tall, I can't stand next to you. And on the front it says, stand up, stand out, stand tall. And I wore this specifically because we are approaching the end of Pride Month, although Pride is forever. It's not just 1 month. But I thought I would wear this appropriately as we still are celebrating Pride as best we can in these dark times. Yeah. It's not a song I can perform because it's from my pop rock days, and it's a keyboard song, and it's not something I do anymore. But I do love the shirt and the sentiment.
Okay. How many people just got an image of Tret Fure pop rocking out with some giant band behind her that we haven't had the opportunity to see? But Tret, never say never, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
um
Yeah, those were the days. Definitely.
that's really funny. So is there YouTube footage of you pop rocking out somewhere?
Uh, there might be something from yeah, there should be something somewhere. I'll have to look for that and send a link because when I was working with Chris Williamson, we had a big band. I mean, we had a band, and so it was a lot of pop rock, it was a lot of folk rock, and I got pretty rock and roll for a while, but I eventually came back to my folk roots because that's where I belong.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I feel like there's definitely a crossover between, so I'm just thinking of Tim Erickson, who does shape note singing and a lot of ballads and Bosnian music, and also is in a punk band. And I feel like there's some relationship between like the kind of noise that we're making, even when we're singing with our little folk guitar, versus the kind of noise we are making because we are singing it all. Like, and so your noise is still coming through very loud and clear, all that good
Good.
treble, all that good
Good.
noise. Yep.
That's good.
Um, so I understand you are just back from a tour. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, I got back last Sunday from 2 weeks in Scotland. I was part of the Scottish Folk Tours, which is an organization that is hosted by Tim Grimm and three other people from part of the organization, two in Scotland and Tim and another one in Texas. And it was a fantastic trip. I had 15 people with me. Unfortunately, my wife broke her foot 2 days before the trip, so that made it very difficult. If you've ever been to Scotland, wheelchairs and crutches do not work very well in Scotland. But it was amazing. We spent 4 days in Edinburgh, and then we spent 6 days in the Highlands. I did 2 concerts, and the other nights we were treated to local Scottish musicians, and it was just a beautiful musical journey and historical journey as well. Yeah, so it was hard to come back from that. It was very exciting, a very exciting time.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds incredible. Love and hugs to your partner and to the best foot healing ever from all of us here.
Thanks.
Um,
Yeah.
do you want to say anything about sort of what you are doing to hold yourself together beyond the music and or to, lift yourself up? Or do you feel like there's anything else you'd like to share before we sing with you again?
Well, it was nice. It was really interesting being out of the country for 2 weeks, being away from this madness, and also to see how people respond to when you say you're from the United States. And most people are like, "Oh." Most people understand that we are not Trump people. Actually, my wife even had a shirt made that said, "I did not vote for him," that she wore in Scotland. Oops, a lot. But it was, and the other beautiful thing is that Scotland celebrates their LGBT community so well. There is a flag on the Edinburgh Castle the Scottish flag and a pride flag. And in all the stores, they have signs celebrating pride. They do in the grocery stores. Their advertisements are about celebrating pride and celebrating our LGBT community. That is how the world is supposed to be. And that's why coming back to this madness is just like almost deflating, but it's not. We've got work to do, a lot of work to do, and I'm going to keep doing the best work I can in terms of writing, in terms of talking about how we get through this time, and teaching. And you know, I've got a workshop. My boot camp workshop is coming up in August. It's our 14th year. It might be our final year, because Greta and Diane, Greta Kammermeyer and her partner, are aging and they need to move into a different kind of facility. So this might be it for it. But it has been the most remarkable journey through songwriting with people that come every year. And we often write very political and lots of political parodies. So I'm looking forward to sharing that time as we continue to maneuver through this heartbreak of administration.
That's really, really great. Thank you, Tret. It's hard to say much right now. I think that doesn't end up feeling or sounding political because everything is so intersected right now. It's hard to say anything about hope or kindness or treating other people right or supporting LGBTQ without sounding entirely political. And of course, that is a disaster and it shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't
yep.
at all. Yeah,
yep.
It should be. I mean, we are here. I mean, our purpose on earth is to love. And that's what I hope to always spread is love to other people. And through my work, through my music, is love and hope. Because that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. How everything has become politicized is just wrong. And it's egregious. But, you know, we will stay as a community with love and pride and hope and all the things that keep us going in this time and all time.
Thank you, Tret. Absolutely amazing. I would love for everybody in the room who felt Tret's love coming into you to show Tret that we are receiving all that love that she's trying to pass on in the world. Now let's give it back to Tret. So Tret, this one's all from all of us, some love for you. And we would love to sing, love, 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 love to sing that song with you again. Thank you.
You got it. Here we go. One more time. Here we go. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Put our heads together, march right into the street. Pick up all the pieces, dust off all our broken dreams. Just when we thought the chances of change were here, the clouds rolled in, now we're fighting to overcome fear. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Can't lose the courage to turn these tables around. Hold on to that blue wave, we'll crash those wicked walls down. Let's all come together and fight for our liberty, and keep those demons away from our democracy. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope
Oh boy. Okay, so yep, we're going to go to gallery and we are going to all just keep singing, pretend that it didn't stop. So Tret actually was having some Wi-Fi's and issues and dropped out during sound check also. So we made it almost to the very end. Hopefully she'll pop back in just a second and we'll see if we can get her to sing the chorus a couple more times before we head out of the room. So in the absence of Tret being in here, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead until she hopefully comes back in. And I'm going to let everybody know what's coming up this week at the Daily Antidote. So we are moving into celebrating July. July, by the way, is Plastic Free Month. So we're going to do a little project in here a few days next week with regards to plastic. And we look forward to chatting about you with it. So Monday is going to be Lisa Dosher coming in from the UK. Elise Witt on Tuesday coming in from Georgia. Elsie Eastman coming in on Wednesday from Chicago, Illinois. Una McCann is new to us, coming in from the UK. David Roth coming in from Massachusetts. Reggie Harris coming in from Michigan. And Irene Espiritu coming in from California. Another great week here in the Daily Antidote song. And we're really looking forward to it. And I am looking to see if we have managed to have Tret pop back in again. I'm not actually seeing her. So we're going to take a deep breath. Chat amongst yourselves. We'll see if we can stall for another minute. Here she comes. Great. Okay. So, and I'll say I made an announcement at the beginning, but just a reminder to everybody that Facebook suspended our page. They said because we violated their community standards, which we have nothing indicating anywhere that we did anything of the sort. So we are definitely working right now to get our Facebook page back, because without having our Facebook page, we are not able to contact an enormous portion of the folks who have come into the room here in the Zoom and also on the stream. So please let everybody know that we are still alive and well, streaming every day on YouTube. And as much as possible, share our posts, share our Thankful Thursday that we just did recently, and go ahead and just let people know that we're still here, still engaging. And so I think I'll wait another memento and see if Tret, hey, there she is. Awesome. All right, Tret, we are so glad you're back. And I had this little idea. Why don't you check and make sure your original sound is still on, because you're co-host.
Yes, it is now. Yep.
Okay. Do you want to sing the chorus for us a few times?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Absolutely. Let's hope I stay on for this. I don't know what happened, but here we go. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Do the last verse. The vision. Our vision is a clear one, a promise of peace and light.
Everybody just go. We've got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. Woo! Thank you, Tret Fure, for bringing us so much magic today. We won't go ahead and wait for Tret to come back in the room. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye and happy Sunday to everybody. Always magical to have Tret with us. For anybody who might remember the last time Tret was in the room, she actually tried to pull it out of, I don't know, like the deepest places to still sing with us when she was sick. And it was remarkable just being in a space with somebody who was working that hard to still do what they do and, semi-succeeding, as she was putting it. And it was an amazing, amazing day. And in fact, I recommend going back and listening to other Tret days too. She's always brought a lot of strength and a lot of love into this room. All right. I have already said who's coming up this week. I'm going to go ahead and shift on into the goodbyes. I want to thank everybody so much for being here today. Please help me wave goodbye to everybody on YouTube. Thanks, gang, out there on our live stream. We are very glad you're joining us again today and hope to see you tomorrow, which will be day 1912. So yeah, hope you can join us then. We've got a great week coming up. Thanks so much to Candace, running our tech out of LA. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you, Candace. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Diana in Victoria, new to us today. Everybody wave to Diana. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again tomorrow and lots of other days. Nan in Michigan, great to see you. Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio. Sheila in Florida. Bob in Albany, New York. Hoda in British Columbia. Kathy in California with a great hat. Marion in Brighton, UK. Baba Jim coming in from Maryland. Carolyn and Bob and Mabel coming in from maybe Bob and Mabel's house. We have a different view than we usually do. Kathy in Colorado, Carolyn and Mabel and Bob coming in from, I love it. And somebody else over there in the background, maybe I can't tell her, was that Mabel? Somebody else maybe? Yeah, hi somebody. I'm not sure who it is. I can't quite tell. Kim in New Hampshire, one of our song leaders. Thank you so much for being with us today. Annette in California, Caroline in DC, Neil in Boston, Massachusetts, Cricket in Maryland, Lara's coming in from the UK, Deli in Maryland, Jim in Sweden, who's also semi-new to us, just coming in this week for the first time, Aloysius in Pinewoods in Massachusetts, Anne in Maryland, going over to page 2, Gary and Christy in Massachusetts. Wait a minute, that's funny. Everybody wave to Tret Fure, back in the room. Tret, we love you. Thank you so much for being with us. Linda in Concord, Massachusetts. Did I say that? Linda in California. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Elizabeth in California. Margaret, not sure where you're coming from, but glad you're here today. Carol in Connecticut, who is the mastermind behind our amazing spreadsheet that keeps track of everything we've ever sung in here. Martha in Oregon, good to know you're back there. Kat in Vermont, nice to see you. Curly Tops in Vermont, glad you're back there. Nancy, not sure which Nancy that is, but we're glad you're here. And Diane in Puerto Rico. Everybody, wave goodbye to everybody. Lots of love, gang. Thanks so much for being here. Tret, you want to say the final word?
Thank you. All I can blame it on is the heat. I don't know why my internet failed, but I was hardwired and everything. But I appreciate you having me back, and at least we got through most of the song a couple times.
Yeah, we sure did. And it was a great one. And for anybody who feels like they didn't sing it enough, go ahead back and watch the live stream again and sing again. All right. We're going to wave goodbye to everybody again on YouTube. Thanks so much for being here. See you all tomorrow right here on the Daily Antidote of Song. Ciao, everybody.
Bye.